Hey everybody, so this is going to be my short little Perforce tutorial to get you guys set up. So first thing I need you to do is to download Perforce. You're going to go to Google, type in P4V client, open up the first link. Inside the first link, you're going to select Family, Windows, 64-bit, and then download the version that it pops up with. Download, install Perforce, keep the settings as they are. Once it's done, you'll be able to open Perforce and you should get a window like this. Once you get this window, you're going to input the server information, which is perforce.dpu.depal.edu, port number 1666. After that, you're going to input your username. It'll ask you to put in a password, which should be your Campus Connect password. You have a workspace option here. You don't need to do that at the start. We'll do that once we're on the other side. You'll then open this up. Put in your password. Perfect. So next step after this, you're going to create a workspace. Now, I've already created one, but I'm going to create another one just to show you how to do it. So your workspace is going to be where on your computer is all this data going to go. So what I recommend is just creating a folder somewhere. You can do the desktop if you want. Call it My Depot. Now, you're going to create a new workspace. Say, hey, create a new workspace. What you're going to do here is that in the root, you're going to browse and guide yourself into the depot. My Depot here. Select that, and then give the depot a name. Once you're ready, say yes, create the depot, and it should drop you into there. That's all you'll need to do. Once you're done the depot, when you actually have this drop-down menu, you'll see you're the one that you created. So mine's called DePaul Depot. Once you have this all said and done, what you're going to do, you know what, actually, let's do this. I'm going to create a new workspace, just to show you how it's done. Then I'll go back and delete mine. So I'm going to select DePaul Depot, call it my laptop depot. I'm going to browse to my location on the desktop, called My Depot. Perfect. Say OK. Now I have my laptop depot, which is going to be located there. Again, the name doesn't have to match. It's just wanting to know where you're going to drop this thing. From there, you're going to do a couple things. First, I'm going to want you to create your own work folder. Now, everybody's going to be placed into the Team 1 folder. So what I want you to do, you'll see all this here. I want you to go to Team 1 and get the latest revision of this text file. So you're going to right-click this text file and get the latest revision, the green one. Once it's done, if you notice on the right, the My Depot just got filled in. You'll see My Depot, Team 1, boom, student access. I could even download the reference folder right now. You'll see the same thing. There's the reference folder. See, it's what we're doing is pulling down the root of this depot. You guys are going to be working out of Team 1. All right. Once you have your Team 1 folder, you're going to create a new folder here. Boom. Put your full name. Since I've already done mine, I'm going to put John Smith. You're then going to create a text file, a seed folder. Now we're doing this so Perforce can actually see this folder. Call it seed. Once that's done, we're going to come back over here. Now remember, blue side means server, yellow side means workspace, which is your local computer. There's John Smith, there's seed. If we go over to the depot, there's no John Smith here. It's only here. What you're going to do now is you're going to right-click seed, and you're going to mark for add. We're going to push it up to the server. Well, put it on a list to be pushed up to the server. Leave everything you see here and just say OK. Now, in the pending window, you should now see an option for boom. We have something we're going to push up. I'm going to right-click this triangle and say submit. Push up seed file. Perfect. I will then submit it. Perfect. All right. Now, next step, once you have your seed file, you can come over here and boom, there's John Smith. Now, next step here is now we want to pull our main version of the game over into our work folder so we can use it. Now, if you want to just read other files here, you don't have to pull in your folder. So, for example, I just want to read these documents. I can pull it down as such, go back to the depot, and there's my design docs all here. And I can edit them on this side of the machine, but you can't push into the reference folder. You can only push into your team folder. That's it. So now our goal is to push this folder into my folder. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to right-click main, and I'm going to merge this folder into my depot folder, John Smith. So click merge, it brings up this window. I have two sections here, source and target. Source is where I'm at, which it currently is main, and I want it to go to my depot folder, which would be John Smith. So if you see, Game Studio reference main, and it's going to head to the target, Game Studio team 1, John Smith. Once everything's done, you're going to say merge. Now for this merge, you don't have to deal with any conflicts. When we deal with conflicts, that'll be another video. It's going to start merging. We'll wait for this to finish. Boom. Here we go. Now you're going to see all the files there. So you have a big old pending change list. Now what you're going to do on your end, once you're ready, you're going to right-click this, hit submit, writing saying I'm merging from blah to blah. So merging from main to my dev folder. Once you're done, you're going to hit submit. Now, I'm not going to do this because I don't need to duplicate this thing yet again. I have my own. So you're going to hit submit. What I'm going to do on my machine, since I don't want to submit this all again, I'm going to revert all these files because I don't need to submit that to John Smith. It doesn't exist. Once you do yours and you submit correctly, like I said before, in your root folder, you should now see this. Shadow pervades, config, content, blah, blah, blah. Should look like more or less what I have here. Actually, I'm going to flip back to my other depot because this is not pulled on that side. So on your side, you should see all the information here. Now, you should, even on any of these objects, see the file and a little green arrow. That means you've pulled the latest revision. It is here. Once you're done, you'll then be then you're able to open up UE4. So the U project is the file that you can click to open up Unreal Engine. So let's open this up, and then I'm going to show you how to hook up Perforce inside Unreal. Yeah, I'm just going to skip. I want to restore something I forgot to save. That's okay. All right, perfect. Now we're in your UE4. Now, next step here. What you're going to do is go up to the top here. You're going to go to Source Control. You're going to select Perforce. The server you're going to put in is the same thing as you use to log into Perforce. Login is your Campus Connect login. Your workspace is going to be whatever the workspace, well, if you actually put this in right, you'll see it drop down. Yours should appear here. But it should be named whatever this was you did in the beginning. Whatever that was, that's what should appear here. Once you're done, you'll hit accept. I'm now connected to Perforce, which means any changes and edits I make here will be saved. So for example, I actually have a number of things here. So I know I've currently made edits to my level. You can check out stuff. So you can right click to check out, but I've already made edits to my level, so I'll just check this edit in. Actually, you know what? Let me just check in all my edits, and then we'll go back in. So if you go up here, you can submit basically submit everything. So save selected. So here is all the edits I currently was working on last night. So the different files I made. So I was working on some parkour stuff. Now, what I recommend for you when you're doing this change list description, I put a date. I was working on this. Oh, actually, the date's recorded, so put in description. Changes made. Added. Created new parkour volumes for climbing. Added new interface controls for parkour mode for rows. Added new blueprints. Which my new blueprints were parkour states, normal climb. I also created parkour volume material. What else I've done? I made some edits too. Cleaned up the dog controller. And that was about it. So, recorded my edits. I'm going to submit that up. All right, submitted. That was done correctly. If I go back to Perforce, and if you open up this window, view history, so it should see what edits I've made to this folder. Well, here's my new changes, and here's the changes I've done to it. Perfect. Now, later on, so that's me submitting. For you guys checking out, so let's say, for example, I made an edit to my level. I'm just going to move this cube, which would change the state of this level. Now I'm going to want to save it. I hit Control S. What will pop up is says, hey, you're making an edit to a level, you need to check out this file. So I will check it out. And then also the build data on it will also need to be checked out. Now if you notice, these guys now have a little red check mark next to it, which means I've now made edits to it. Now if I'm done and happy with it, so I'll put it like maybe back here, save. Now I won't get it again because I currently have it checked out. Could go back to source control. I could click check in here, or you can hit submit to source control and check in here. And then you'd add in your description and then hit submit. Now, let's say I made some edits and I don't like it. I want to roll back to what was the last thing I submitted. I could go back here, right click, go to source control, and click revert. Now, once you click revert, be careful, it's going to roll back into the last thing that you submitted. And there's no coming back. So I revert. Yep, revert the changes. Now it's back to the way it was. When you add something to the thing, so let's say I created a new material, it'll have a question mark here. Wants to know what you do with it. Well, I could mark it for add, which will be later submitted. But until I'm ready, I can just add those again. Maybe I'll get rid of it later. So those are the basics for now. I recommend trying to work in the Unreal source control as much as you can and touch as little as you can inside Perforce itself. You most likely won't break anything. All right, if everything's good, I will kill the video for now. All right, if you have any questions, let me know.